FYI, if you're saving your money, you're losing money every single year. One of the biggest mistakes that people make who are not investing is by thinking they have their money in a savings account and that's safe. The banks have lied to you. The media has lied to you. That's not true. I want to tell you the problem with savings accounts. Okay, there's something called the hidden tax of inflation. So most people, they keep their money in a regular savings account that gets them 0.1% to 1% a year on annual returns, right? They think it's a safe Islamic option because they don't know if investing's haram, so they keep their money in the bank, okay? But the hidden problem is inflation, and most people are not aware of how much inflation is destroying your money, okay? What is inflation? Inflation means the prices of goods and services, things that we pay for, increase over time. Simplest explanation of what inflation is. This happens because we print more money. The federal governments, they print more money, which puts more cash in the world, higher cash supply, which means there's more cash that then increases prices of things. That's where inflation comes from, which means the dollar that you have in your bank slowly becomes worth less and less and less. Okay? Now, why does this matter? Well, because if inflation is 3% a year and you're only earning 1% in your savings account, that means every single year you're losing 2% of your money. Okay? Let's do a real world example. Let's say you save $10,000 in 2020. Okay, when COVID happened, you saved $10,000. Let's say inflation was 3% every single year. In 2030, your $10,000 can now only buy you what $7,440 could buy you in 2020. Okay, you've lost $2,560 by saving your money. Now, the scary part is inflation is much more than 3%. Some reports show that last year inflation was 10%. So you see, if you save your money and you never invest, how quickly you can have nothing. A six-figure job 30 years ago was insane. A six-figure job is just enough to pay your rent in New York now. So if you're saving your money, you're keeping yourself poor. Okay? Let's look at this from an Islamic perspective. If you just allow your wealth to decrease in value, you're not doing anything about it, it could be kind of considered wasteful because you're letting money go to waste. It's losing its value. And in the Quran, it warns us against waste. Indeed, the wasteful are brothers of the devil. It's the same thing. We shouldn't waste food. That's Quran 17:27, by the way. We shouldn't waste food. We shouldn't waste clothes. We shouldn't waste heat by having our heater on all the time. And it's the same thing with money. We shouldn't waste our money. Now, people think that's buying things, that's stupid. Yes, that's wasting your money too. But letting your money sit in the bank is wasting your money. I need to drill this home. This is so important. If your money's sitting in the bank, especially for people who make good income, if you've been making $6,000 a year into saving, you're losing money. You need to start investing. Okay? Now, why is it that the banks only give you 1% when these assets get so much more? Well, the banks give you such minimal returns because they're using your money to make more money, okay? So the $5,000 that you have in your bank account that's earning you 1% a year, which by the way is interest, we'll get into that later, they're lending that out to other people at 5 to 25% interest, right? They're investing into stocks and bonds that get them 8 to 12% a year. They're investing into real estate that gets them 10 to 15% a year. So they're keeping all of the profit. The banks are keeping all the profit. And you're essentially fronting them the ability to do that. You're giving the bank your money so they can make more money, okay? Banks are a business. Most people, this is not just Muslims, this is people, this is just financial literacy. Most people think banks are on their side. Banks are not on your side. They're a business. Their goal is to make money. If you have $5,000 right now in your bank account and you want to go to your in-person branch and say, I want my $5,000 in cash, most banks won't even let you do it. You don't even own your money. So, recommendation, keep as little money in your bank as you possibly can. Enough to pay your bills.